Welcome back to Digiburst, guys. This is the first week of BT8, and we have the winner for locals. It is none other than Yellow Hybrid. Again, unfortunately, we cannot escape BT7. We're just going to jump straight into the deck, and I'm going to show off. So, into the eggs, we've got 4 of the Rapidmon and 1 of the Digimon. This deck heals like crazy, so you're pretty much always going to be sitting at 5 or more security, especially if you set up a TK Kari at the very early game, because then your opponent doesn't want to hit into your security, and then you're just getting that +1 draw every single time. And the Rapidmon is there because you need a 5th egg, because this deck goes into super late game all the time. So, definitely 5 eggs at least. Into rookies, 2 Salamon and 4 Patamon. Super low rookie count. Patamon enables a special card called DP Adoption of Rapidmon, and so that's why you want the Patamon. And the Salamon is generally a really good rookie just to keep you floating above that threshold of your opponent hitting you for lasting your security. So they're the only yellow rookies you run. Honestly, there's not too many good yellow rookies, so that's the best ones. For Rapidmon, this card is an absolute menace in Yellow Hybrid, simply because it suspends everything for an equal amount of hybrids that you have, and then it does minus 5k to 3 of your opponent's Digimon that are suspended. So pretty much beat over anything that's like 11k, because you're getting that 5,000 off. And then you can also hit over other things when you evo your tamers out, and then bash over those suspended guys. Plus it can kill like champions, rookies, just silly stuff. Very silly stuff. 4 of the Kazemon and 4 of the Zephyrmon. These are your hybrids for level 4s. Easy evolutions over your tamers, and then can evo up, giving you plenty of memory to work with. Especially with Jet Sylphie being only 1 cost over a tamer and hybrid. Giving your security big buffs, and making sure you're plenty fresh when your opponent wants to swing into your security. Onto Megas, we've got 2 of Fanimon. This is a really good utility card to get you keep your security fresh, but also to, when it dies, it brings back a level 4 or lower, so you can use it to bring back a Patamon that you can use to evolve into Rapidmon for more killing guys, suspending crazy stuff. And then also into a hybrid to bring back a Jet Sylphie, or to evo into a Jet Sylphie to get that security gain. So pretty nasty stuff. But the star of the show, in my opinion, was the Suzanomon, because in super late game, when you force your opponent to hit into your security, when they're not in opportune time, specifically because they are in a very oppressive, they're facing a very oppressive field.
They've expended a lot of resources.
They'll be spending a lot of resources, giving you a lot of memory to work with. So you can often get into your Suzanomon, especially if they give you free stuff with the boosters and tamers. You can get into your Suzanomon and not pass turn, even though it's paying 7 memory. Remove a guy, then smack for 3 security, and at that point you're usually going for game. So it's such a silly card. Perfect for sealing out game. On to tamers. 4 TK and 1 Kari. These are your 4 memory tamers. They're the best ones for yellow. TK generally good for fixing your hand. And of course Kari is there for a little bit of diversity. When you have good options for tamers, you generally want a wider spread, simply because having double TK out doesn't do anything for you, but having a TK to fix your hand and then a Kari to potentially gain you memory when you gain security is just really good. Having a wider spread is very good.
Also makes TKs cost 3 sometimes. Yes,
makes TKs cost 3. It can also make your level 5s free when you evo, because they're 1 cost. It's super relevant, especially if you need to go into a Mega for some reason. 3 TK Karis. Definitely want to see this super early game to pressure your opponent to not hit your security, or if they do hit your security super early, you can play it down and then just exploit out of it. 3 of the Zoe. This is the hybrid you want to be evolving into, of course. You know what it does. You played BT7. And 4 of the Cody. Cody is such a strong guy, +1 memory on your turn if you have a yellow guy on board. This is on your main phase, so if you raise out of security, you will get that +1. And it combos really well with Rapidmon, of course. Because Rapidmon, you can do minus 5,000 suspend the guys, and then hit over them and do another minus 2,000 if you need to break board. And I was just informed that Rapidmon is actually dual color as well, so it works with the Rapidmon too. Especially with the Rapidmon 12k, it's going to be beating over anything 13k, that's crazy. And option cards. 4 of the yellow booster, 1 of the reinforcing. This deck doesn't actually play that many Digimon, so yellow memory boosters are really important to fix your hands, get the right cards, and also to just use and accumulate enough stored memory to go really big pushes in late game with Susanomon. And reinforcement memory booster is the same thing, except it also has combos with the Kari, of course, to gain you memory. It just makes it a little bit cheaper, but also potentially selecting what cards go into your security, and then shuffling with a TK is just really good. For the Wyvern's Breath, this is generally what you want to put in your security. Absolute bombs in bombs coming out, and generally do a lot of damage, like X antibody. Excellent for that, as long as they don't have the level 5 ego to stop that memory reduction. Another card coming out of security is Holy Flame. This is a really interesting card because it can stop your opponent from breaking the last or OTKing when they think they have it, because it does the -1 out of security. But also you can play it on for their turn, because it lasts until end of turn, right? When it's next turn, yeah. But also you can do it onto your opponents from your hand to make sure they don't hit you out while you're still trying to build your board. At the end of it, this deck is absolutely crazy considering how it's positioned in the meta, simply because the decks that people are thinking of playing, like Armor Rush or Imperial, can't really deal with this deck and how it functions. Because if you can set up well with all your tailors, your opponents simply can't out them in the same way that they feel like they should competing with other BT8 decks. And oftentimes you can run away with it as long as you don't go into time, because this deck can take a while to set up, especially if it goes against other very passive decks. It's definitely something that you need to be prepared for when you go up against like a mirror match.
Or Mastermon.
Yeah, or a Mastermon deck, yeah, from the startup. Other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe and I'll see you next time.